What up, y'all? Everything looks good right now. Hopefully it stays that way. How you all doing? Today I'm going to play you one of my favorite Game Boy Color games. A very late release, coming out in 2002. It is Shantae by Way Forward. It's about this cute half-genie girl that is protecting the town from the lady pirate Risky Boots. Shake your fist angrily. Ooh, that was close. Gotta be careful. These cannonballs destroy some sections of the bridge. What's up, Gendarme? Brit? Deliflow? I'm in the open commentary if anybody wants to join. There she is, Risky Boots. Got a haul booty. Hey, game fan. It's all good, Wolf. I understand everybody's got schedules. Now, I have beaten this game as fast as, I think just over 2 hours, but it's been a long time since I tried to play it fast, so I don't know if I'll even finish it today, but I'm going to give it a go. It's loud. What's that? Alright, how's that? Much better. Alright. Cool. Yeah, for some reason Game Boy Color games are super loud on the GameCube. I don't know why. Lots of hearts everywhere. It feels kind of weird playing this on the GameCube with no input lag. Because I was ready to play this on my 3DS just so I wouldn't have input lag. Later, Britt. Get you some rest there, boss man. Gotta be careful. I've only got a couple of hearts here. So we got some nice day-night transitions going on here. Helps to face the right way. Alright, so we got these two dudes just beating the side of this wall with a battering ram. Making these blocks come in and out. Just have to go to the beat of their drum. So this is a little intro stage. Pretty straightforward. Just gotta get from point A to point B. Does it really help to face the right way? I mean, sometimes. Oh no, he destroyed Uncle Mimic's house. Or his workshop, I should say. They're stealing the steam engine. She has the most adorable crawling animation. Just looks like a tiger ready to pounce. If I could do it. Come on. Do it. There we go. The enemies sometimes drop gems of varying sizes. The small dots are the smallest ones, worth 1. And gems are our money that we will use throughout Sequin Land, which is the land that this game takes place in. And we're just gonna jump straight onto Risky Boots' ship. Alright. So all I gotta do here is just not get hit by the cannonballs and spam my hair whips. Whip my hair back and forth. Pretty easy right here. Okay, well, I probably should have been a little bit further up. Then we get to phase 2 of the fight. It's a little precarious, these platforms. Especially the ones on the left and the right. You do eventually have to get to all 3 of these windows, so there's no real rush to get them as they pop out. Eventually, each window will get destroyed like such. Next time we'll be steam powered and unstoppable. I love Risky Boots. So this is the mayor, and he apparently doesn't know that Shantae is only a half genie. And Mimic's all like, "Oh, you gotta get that steam engine back. It's a real dangerous." And he's gonna explain how steam engine works. It could change the world. And then she is apparently headed towards a place called just simply Watertown. So we gotta go find our friend Bolo in Watertown, and I gotta find the exit to this dock. There it is to the left. And here we are in first town. I forget the name of it. Scuttletown. That's it. Got a save room, which I'll go ahead and drop a save real quick. I don't think it's really gonna matter just yet. I like to know exactly where I'm gonna spawn. Do they have water in Watertown? They actually do. We've got a bathhouse here that we can restore our health at. Despite what the intro level may make you think, this is not like a level-based platformer. It's more like a Metroidvania type platformer. It's kind of closer to Zelda 2 because it's got proper dungeons as well. And here's the dance parlor. It's only open at night. I want to spend some time there. But in the meantime, I need to go out and get some gems. Because I need to spend money to make money. So we'll just put these little baddies jumping out of the ground, shooting their little forks. It'd be nice if they didn't jump out on me. This game does use lives. As you see, I've got 4 lives down there at the bottom. Once you run out all your lives, you get a game over, and you go back to your last save point, although progress is retained. So it's not that bad of a punishment for a game over. Now, I already need to go back to the bathhouse. I will never remember the quickest way to turn to get to the bathhouse. Gotta be careful about holding the run button as I'm walking past people, because it will make me talk to people, unfortunately. And here come the connection issues. Fantastic. This quarantine is just murder on the internet. There's not much I can really do until nighttime. I mean, I could go to Watertown, but I really need some money. And the fastest way I have found to get money is just to dance at the dance parlor. Hopefully I will be good enough to do said dancing at the dance parlor. Back to the bathhouse again. I might have to save scum it at first, just because I don't have many gems. Eventually, spending enough time out in the field, it will become nighttime. I kinda hate how these guys just pop up anywhere with no warning. The enemies are a little brutal in this game, and that's kind of why I'm doing this grinding here at the beginning for money. Because there's an item in the shop in the first town here called Vanish Cream, which just makes you invulnerable to everything, and it is amazing, and I like to get a bunch of those, so I can just kind of breeze past all these open areas. Alright, first thing I want to do is hit up the save room just in case I blow all my money. Gonna hit up that dance parlor. I'm here to dance. Okay, you get more money for doing higher ranks, but they also have higher entry fees. I'm not gonna do rank A because that is ridiculously hard to do. But rank B, I can kind of reliably farm for some good money. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm ready to go. It's basically kind of a DDR type minigame, but not so involved. That was bad. I've got to get the hang of it first. Yeah, I didn't do too hot. Let me reset that. It might take me a couple of tries just to get my groove on. Because it is not forgiving, the timing on those things. Wait, why is it daytime now? It was nighttime when I saved it. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Does it become daytime when you save? I didn't know that. I guess I'm not going to be able to save scum it then. I guess I'll hit up that bathhouse. I usually don't have to save scum. Alright, back out into the field. Guess maybe I should start with some of the lower ones until I kind of get the hang of it again. Sometimes enemies drop hearts too, but they definitely seem to drop gems far more often than they do hearts. Seems like a good safe spot to farm at. I say that, and then one jumps up right underneath me. Just no warning whatsoever. At least I'll have more gems so I don't have to reset if I lose. I forgot they try to stab you if you jump over them. So how's everybody enjoying the marathon? I don't know if y'all noticed, but I got a little donation incentive on the side. During Phil's shift this morning, I tried to push it, and I let it go kind of cheap, but we ended up not making the incentive, but I brought it back. If we can get $200 in donations raised during this shift, then I will add Sin and Punishment 2 to the schedule. $200. That's not too much. It all goes to a good cause. We're trying to raise money for St. Jude. They are a wonderful charity. If you type !charity in the chat, the bot will tell you a little bit about them. We don't touch any of the money. It all goes directly to their PayPal, I think. Either way, it goes directly to them. We don't touch any of it. We're not a middleman of any kind. We just have the link for you to give them money. Alright, we'll start on rank E to get my bearings. Oh, it's so slow. So you actually get a bunch of bonus gems if you get it perfect. Of course, I missed one. There's a little bit more forgiveness on the slower pace. But you don't really make much profit. It cost me 10 and I got 25. So I got 15 profit there. It's not that great. Let's go to D. Oops, I thought that said B. I guess it was A. $39, a little bit more profit there. Alright, let's go to rank C. Hey, I got it perfect that time. We get a nice bonus. So now we're back up to B. I think I'm ready for it now. I missed a bunch of them towards the end there. So the number of gems you get is directly corresponding to the number of successful moves you make. Just barely cleared that. So I actually made more by getting a perfect on rank C than I did just barely clearing rank B. So you can definitely make more money on the lower ranks if you're better at them. Practice makes perfect. Now the most amount of gems you can hold at one time is 999, so that's what I'm gonna aim for here. Unfortunately, the shop and dance parlor aren't open at the same time, I don't believe. So we gotta earn all our money before we can go spend it. I'm going to try to concentrate on this and get it perfect so it doesn't take as long. Would have been good if I didn't mess up the beginning. Pretty sizable bonus for a perfect on rank B. This is probably going to be the hardest part of the whole thing due to the input delay. Because there's still a slight amount of input delay. Getting closer to that perfect. It's coming. There we go. Get a nice fat bonus of 50. This wouldn't take hardly any time at all if I could get the perfect every time. As long as I'm not failing, I'm making progress, though. Still making more than double what I put in just from winning. I might have failed that one. That wasn't so great. Yep, failed it by one. So I lost 5 gems for that. Wow, that was really off time there. Wish I could speed this up. Luckily, I think I only need to do this once, just to get me a nice stock of items going. Hey, Vorlor, this is Shantae, the first one in the series. It's a little rough around the edges, but it's got some charm to it. I enjoy it. Right now, I'm just starting, trying to build up some money so I can buy some items that'll help me steamroll the game. Wow, I think I'm actually getting worse now. I was doing so good for a while there, and now I'm just bleh. The sound is throwing me off because I keep hearing the clicks of me hitting the button and thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking, but it's throwing me off. I need to mute this thing. At least turn it down some. So right now I'm just dancing for money. I believe it's, when you're good enough, it's a very fast way to get money. I'm doing not so good. I think I actually did worse without the sound. Maybe I need to go back to C, because I have just lost my groove. I'm just losing gems at this point. do C a couple times until I can get some perfects, and then I'll move back to B. Alright, maybe I'm ready to move back up to B. Definitely getting worse at this minigame in my old age. Oof. Barely winning. Feels like I'm missing them when I shouldn't be. I'm just off rhythm, that's all there is to it. Maybe I do need to actually hear it. I used to really consistently be able to do rank B. That was better. If I could just do that a couple more times, I'd be done. I just want to max out because I'm going to spend all of it. Wow, that was terrible. I am ashamed. Probably got like 7 of those right. Generally, the idea here is, you know, it usually only takes me like 2 or 3 times to warm up, and then I pretty much get a rhythm where I get perfect after perfect after perfect, and then maybe 20 minutes of this and I've got max money and I'm good to go. But because I'm just bad at everything, I'm really pulling a gendarme here. If only I could get some of that gendarme luck. Somehow he gendarmes up everything and still comes out on top. But this is like Gendarme Zelda 2 levels of skill right now. What's your secret, man? Man, keep missing so much. Like, usually when I do this, like, I never fail. Ever. So this is just very abnormal. It could be that I'm playing with a new TV setup here, and I'm just not used to it. But I don't know. I feel like I've been playing this long enough at this point that I should be used to it now. I've been live for 44 minutes. Is that not enough to get used to it? Don't worry. I promise the game gets a lot better after this. If I can get past this. Almost feels like it would have been better just to go out and fight stuff for my money. I wouldn't bother with this if the items that I'm gonna buy weren't just simply that good, but they really are that good. Like, at this point, I think I only need to win 2 more times to get super close to maxing out. Two more perfects now would be enough. 2 more perfects and I think 1 regular win. How did I get off rhythm? I hit the wrong button and then it was just like I was off rhythm the whole time. I didn't go back and try to correct myself. I'm so bad at games. I think I missed one in there. Yeah, I remember this minigame being mean. Dude, it's definitely mean. Like, there's a reason I'm not doing the A rank. But I'm usually better than this at B rank. B rank I'm supposed to be consistent at. I'm not being consistent at all. Usually it's like maybe every 2 out of 3 I get perfect and then I miss like 1 or 2 on the next one. It's frustrating when you know you're like still on rhythm, but you're just a hair of a second too late. That should have just been a regular win. Too many of those were so close. Hey Apple, how you doing? Well, at least I beat it. So I didn't lose gems this time. One again? This is garbage gameplay here. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what is wrong with me today. working the video game. I mean, dancing definitely is part of Shantae's moveset, but it usually serves a bigger purpose than this. Maybe it's time I look up actual speedruns of this. Figure out how they do it. Because I'm pretty sure they don't spend any time grinding money at the dancing game. They also don't use the item that I use. That just makes it so easy to traverse the world. Alright, that was perfect, so that should max out my money now. Are people throwing playground balls at her? Maybe it isn't twerking at all. Perhaps she's playing dodgeball. No, those are gems. It's a Game Boy Color game, so the palette's kind of limited. The sequels definitely had more color, so you could tell they were various colored gemstones. That should be max. Yep, okay. So let me go ahead and hit the bathhouse before I forget. Alright, let's hit up the item shop. Alright, I want lots of Vanish Cream, but I also want some P-Balls. And I think maybe 2 vials, just for safety. And then I'm going to spend everything else on Vanish Cream. I think I do need 1 storm for an item, so I'll go ahead and buy that too. I remember having my GBC. Those were some good days. I've still got a GBC. I've got that Pokemon Center GBC, the orange one. But it's currently not usable because I was trying to mod it with a backlight, and I've been having trouble getting the glue to set right. I'm gonna wipe it all off and try it again. So what I'm seeing is that you play as gypsies and dance for money so you can buy things. Not quite. Our character is a half genie, and she was belly dancing to get money. There's other ways to get money. That's just the way that I feel is probably the fastest. Let's go ahead and save. Alright, so now it's nighttime, and enemies are actually a little more dangerous at night. Got 28 Vanish Cream, so that's nice. I would like to have more Vanish Cream, but 28 will probably do me. There are pits everywhere. Unlike later games that are more forgiving, in this game the pits are going to take away a whole life. In later games, pits just take away a heart and basically make you redo the room. Not the case here. That heart container would be really nice about now. Speaking of hearts, I'm going to try to save my Vanish Creams for the hard screens. This one's not too difficult. I'm just bad at video games. Would it be more accurate to call her a belly dancer than a gypsy? It definitely would, because she's not Romanian. She is a genie. That is more Arabic in nature. Whoops. Probably should have paid attention to my life. Let's just use that Vanish Cream, so I can run through everything without worry. Like, the main thing I want to use Vanish Cream for is just to get from point A to point B. Because as you can see, the levels here are just filled with absolutely everything. Okay, I can't go up the grass area because I slide down, so I gotta make my way up the trees. At nighttime, the enemies have a lot more health. I don't know if they do more damage. I don't think they do. I think they just have a ton more health. Oh wait, now it's a platform. Yeah, this is the real game. Alright, this is our first dungeon, but we have no way to get in there. So we gotta continue on to Watertown and meet up with our friend Bolo. There's the waterfall monsters, which Brick Row named Barracuda Joe, and Way Forward saw his Let's Play and was like, let's make Barracuda Joe an actual character, so now there's a character in the sequels and onward named Barracuda Joe. Okay, I can't jump there. That's awesome. Whoops. Maybe it's slightly difficult to tell what is solid ground and what's not here. Not today. Don't want to stand on those logs too long because they will fall under the water the longer you stand on them. Well, that was rude. I am about to die again. I really don't want to do that and have to do this whole screen over again. Okay, I guess I have to actually jump onto that branch. It looks like I should just be able to walk onto it. That one right there, that guy is devilishly placed. And now we got steaks, snacks. I don't want to waste a cream just to get past some snacks. Can one of you drop a heart, please? Thank you. Okay, I got enough to tank it now. Yeah, that was literally the end of the screen. If you die, you do start a screen over from where you came from. Okay, you can go in now. Alright. There's a save room, a bathhouse, which I think I will go ahead and stop in. No reason not to, right? Even though I was only missing half a heart. Firefly Shrine, that I don't think is going to come into play for us. There's an item shop here. I believe the only thing of interest they have, though, is some upgrades. Oh, they do have float muffins. Those are nice. Exit candy. I kind of want that. Yeah, they have the boot, the sash, the cuff, and the tiara, which give you new attacks. I don't find myself using any of them except for the ultimate attack, because there are certain enemies that it kills in one hit, but I may get through it without it this time. I am going to get a candy, because walking through dungeons to leave is not my idea of fun. And here's our friend Bolo. And he's going to go on about how hot Risky Boots is before he agrees to help us open the dungeon. The Dribble Fountain. Oh snap, we got a raid from Baltus. Welcome to the Marathon Baltus stream. Hey Seth, how you doing? What were you streaming, Baltus? Alright, this guy's telling me about fireflies. If you get all the fireflies, you get a dance that lets you switch between day and night at your leisure. Not really all that useful. He's doing Doom Eternal. I see. I went the wrong way here. I'm not ready to go that direction yet. But yeah, if you get all the fireflies, there's like 20 of them spread throughout the game. You can only collect them at night. You get a dance that lets you change the time between night and day. It's only got one practical use, and that's to get to a certain town that only appears at night. Whoops, I guess I've got to go up here. Thought I could just jump across. How you liking Doom Eternal, Baltus? Or did you just raid us and book it? That's cool too. I understand, I'm often tired after a stream myself. Just need to take a break from staring at a screen. Your character looks like she's some kind of half-human, half-mystical creature. A magical creature of some type. A genie, perhaps. Mayhaps, Seth. Mayhaps. this guy. He's got so much health, he's not even worth fighting. I get hit by that dude every time I pass that screen. Alright, so he's going to go on about risky boots smelling good before he opens up the dungeon gate for me. Alright, here we are in the first dungeon, the Dribble Fountain. And right off the bat, it looks like we took a one-way plunge into the dungeon. There are little pit monsters that come up out of the water here. But unlike in Mega Man, you can actually kill them, I believe. So the way the dungeons work is you're basically looking for the genie room. And then once you get the genie room, you get the ability that's going to let you move through the dungeon. There's keys to block your progress. These platforms are kind of jerkish. They try to zap you. Rooms like this, they lock you in. It's very Zelda 2-ish in a lot of ways. That was a big gem worth quite a bit. I think it's worth 20 or 25, one of the two. 20 it looks like. Those are always nice to find. Big heart there that I didn't really need. I could have gone the lower path there, but I would have just had to fight some enemies that didn't want to fight. I believe I can actually stand on that little grating there, but I don't want to take a chance. Because if you haven't guessed, below me is certain death. It looks really shallow, but that water will kill me. Free one up there. I'll definitely take that. Okay, yeah. You can stand on this. Alright, this here we gotta remember. Snail, octopus, snail. Oh, whoops. That was it. And we get our first key. Now I can go through that door. Actually, I think there might be some pots down below for me to get. There's also an enemy down here that I don't really want to fight. Oh, hey, warp squid, yeah. Definitely want that. There are 5 warp squids in every dungeon, though generally you can only get 4 without an ability that you get later in the game. So you basically gotta backtrack to get that last one. You take 4 warp squids to the warp squid hut in any town to get a dance that will let you warp back to that town from anywhere in the world. There is a specific town that I make absolutely certain that I get the warp squids for on the first visit, because that town roams around. And I just died. I'm not sure what I went into right here. Oh, right, this way. This guy tells you where a secret is. And it's a second warp squid. There's really only 2 towns that well, shoot. There's really only 2 towns I need to make sure I get the warp squid dance for. And it doesn't super matter what the second one is, so I will probably end up getting Watertown's warp dance. But first, I want to make sure I get the Nomadic Town's warp. Oh no, I can't go this way because I don't have a key. Well, that's no good. This is where a practice run would have helped. Okay, I can't destroy that pit monster, but it can certainly destroy me. One thing you may notice is that the enemies aren't respawning. That is one of the ways that a game over punishes you, because once you game over, all the enemies in the dungeon do respawn. Kind of a neat detail, I think, that the enemies stay gone. Makes it easier to backtrack when you're lost. Alright, I'll have to remember this room for later when I get a key. Why 2 dances then if the second one doesn't matter? We'll see. There's 2 towns that I would consider for the second one, and it doesn't matter which one of those 2 towns I take. Because I just kind of want to get back to the quote-unquote main area from wherever I may be. So I guess it matters, just there's choices, and the choices don't matter. I believe the pots will also respawn on a game over, so like I could go and get that 1-up again if I end up getting a game over. Okay, fish, snail, fish, fish. Yes, please. Fish, snail, fish, fish. And our key fell through a hole. So now we must chase after our key. Oh, and preferably not fall down a hole and die like that. Now I can go back this way at least. Back down we go. So one important thing to note here is that Shantae kind of has like Mega Man-like controls, where if I'm in midair and I stop holding forward, I just lose all forward momentum. important to note because that won't always be the case. Alright, we don't have the solution, we just have a puzzle. So I need to go a little bit further in this room to find the solution. There's actually a little bit more to it than that. You can't brute force that puzzle because there's actually a missing piece on it. Why is she periodically turning blue? It's just the lighting of the game. Oh man, I need a key to make any further progress here. Well, I guess I'll have to come back to this room later. Hi. See, I stepped into the shadows, so she turns blue here. Okay, I'm locked in this room? What the heck? I am clearly missing something here. Whoa! Whoa, we got a $25 donation. And I need to bring up the Tiltify page so I can read the comment. Give me just a sec. We got a $25 donation from Vorlore. This is for Dancing Gypsy and of course at St. Jude Children. Thank you for that donation. Much appreciated. That puts us $25 closer to the goal to unlock the bonus game for the schedule. Only 175 to go. So if you want to see me play the sequel to Sin and Punishment, which I played earlier, then get those donations in. This is a weird enemy here. If you can get him in a corner, you can just like mash, and eventually he'll just like just die, basically. This is one of the few Game Boy Color games that actually got enhanced by the Game Boy Advance, which technically I am playing on, since I'm playing on the Game Boy Player on the GameCube. So it does change the palettes a little bit. I think the reds and purples and all that are a little more vibrant on the Game Boy Color, or Game Boy Advance, I mean. I might be wrong about that. I might have it backwards. Okay, octopus, snail, fish. Speaking of octopus, there's a squid there. Alright, we can't do anything with this puzzle, but we can move this piece down to the broken puzzle. Is there anything over this way, though? Just another key door. Alright now. Don't do that. There we go. Yes, please. I will take that heart. Any health restoration is welcome. Gendarmes should dance for us. And then we have a new donation incentive, $100 to get them to stop. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Anybody remember what the solution was? Okay, I should be back now. Sorry about that. Got disconnected, been having a lot of connection issues with Twitch lately. Don't know what the deal is. There's really nothing I can do. Turning down my settings does not help. It's not a matter of my CPU being overtaxed or my internet, which is pretty good. It's just, for some reason, Twitch and OBS are not playing nice together. I switched the Twitch server that I'm connecting to, so maybe that'll help. Alright, so when you hear this music, you have reached the genie room. And we free the genie just by talking to her, and she will teach us a dance. May not make a whole lot of sense what she just did, but then it shows you the actual directions in the menu there. So we press select, and with that little meter at the bottom, we time our button presses, and now we can transform to this adorable monkey. Now remember how when I said Shantae had no forward momentum in midair? As a monkey, she does. Because you see, I let go of the direction button, and she just keeps going. It's kind of important later. From the sequel onward, they changed this so that the monkey doesn't have forward momentum either. Which, I mean, I have mixed feelings about that because, I don't know, it gave you a reason to not just travel around as the monkey all the time. Because precision platforming is kind of difficult as the monkey. But in the sequels, you kind of just travel around as a monkey all the time because it's fast, it can climb walls, and jumps really high. Truly one of the best transformations in the game. There are, I believe, 4 transformations in total, which should also tell you how many dungeons there are in the game. There's actually a hidden 5th one that you can only get if you are playing on a Game Boy Advance. So unfortunately, if you're playing the Virtual Console version, you cannot get it. You'll just have to track down one of the now very expensive cartridges if you want to play with it. I might show it off if I got enough time, but I wouldn't expect it. And now with the monkey, I can skip a lot of things like these platforms. And I can actually make vertical progress now, where I previously could not. The monkey does not have an attack right now. We can find an item later in the game that does give the monkey an attack. And then it really becomes like, why would you ever not be the monkey? I mean, to be fair about the Virtual Console not having the GBA enhancements, even Nintendo's own first-party games that also had GBA enhancements can't access them on the Virtual Console, by which I speak of the Zelda Oracle games. As far as I know, those are the only games that had GBA enhancements, those three. 2 Oracles in this. So I guess Nintendo didn't feel a need to program in actual, you know, GBA recognition or whatever. Anyway, we have made it to the boss. Risky Boots reached the dribble stone before us, but the boss knocked her away. And if Zelda's taught us anything, aim for the eye. The boss normally does a lot more than that, but if your aim is really good, you can just kind of stun lock him in the corner there. Normally he'll like disappear and then create a tidal wave that you have to turn into the monkey and climb up the sides of the screen to avoid getting hit by. But there we have it. There's the dribble fountain, but I'm not done in the dribble fountain because I need to get one more warp squid there. So, Bolo tells us about the other stones that we got to seek out and where to find the next one, which is in the desert. But I need to find, I think it's just one. Yeah, I got 3 warp squids. There is one more hidden somewhere. I think it's near the entrance room here. I'm a little impressed that I didn't get a game over doing that. Whoops. Speaking of game overs, probably going to happen if I keep doing that. Monkey's not so great for precision platforming, like I said. Those things stay up in the air just forever. Yeah, right here is one warp squid, but I don't think we can actually reach that one yet. We need to get the transformation from the 3rd dungeon to come back and get that particular squid. There should be another one not too much farther in. Did I ever go up here? Is she also a druid? Maybe. Okay, that was where the boss was. I guess I'll go down this way. Oh, I gotta fight this person again. Okay, it'd be nice if you got off the ceiling. trying to remember where the other squid is hidden at. I know we already got one in this room, so it's not here. Normally you can get 4 of the squids without having to leave and come back. So I have no real excuse to not have already gotten this one other than I just don't remember. Well, jumping around in this room as the monkey is going to be certain death. We'll take this one up, though. Where is my missing squid? Doesn't look like it was down this way. There was a squid there that we already got. Oh, you know what? I think I know where it's at. So there was this one room that I never went all the way across. This room. I think I need to be genie form to run across here. Maybe I did run across here. I could have sworn I didn't, though. Shantae, that's correct. I'm playing Shantae. It's a favorite game of mine. I enjoy sharing it with people. I haven't played it in a while, so I don't remember where everything is. You know what? I think that squid might be up here. Ooh. Or not. Maybe I'm really far off the mark here. Take that one up, though. Gosh, where did I forget the squid at? Pretty sure there was just one squid over here that I already got. And nothing else. Yeah. Give me a heart. That was not a heart. Aha. Oh. I thought I found something. It was just a shortcut through the room. Wah, 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 wah. Well, I guess I'll need that shortcut. Okay, I think there was a squid over here that I already got. Yeah, right there. I believe over here was just the genie room. No squid there. Gosh, I wish I could remember where it's at. I guess I should make sure it's not down here. I don't think it is, though. What game is this? This is Shantae for the Game Boy Color. This is Monkey, the Quest for Bananas. Well, at least there was one up there. Wish I could find that squid. Maybe this was where the boss was. Wasn't there an earlier room where I was like, oh, that's gotta be where the boss is? Well, that was bad. Stop jumping around. These guys are kind of annoying to fight. Alright, that should take me to boss area. Which actually warps me out of the dungeon again. Holy moly. Where is the squid? I know there's this one, but I'm pretty sure that I cannot get that one. Yeah, I'm just barely not able to jump high enough to grab onto the ledge. Yep, this is this room again. Dang it, I don't want to fight these guys again. Alright, well I know that's the boss room, so I'm not going to go back that way. That squid has got to be here somewhere. It's kind of maddening that I can't find it. Think I see something? There it is. Holy jeez. That took way longer than it should have. Well, I guess it might actually be quicker just to go up to the boss room now. definitely not going to be able to beat this before my scheduled shift is up, unfortunately, because I just don't remember enough. There's one of those fireflies I was talking about. At least it's pretty quick to get through this area with the monkey form now. Still taking damage from waterfall monsters. Go in the town. Alright. We'll stop at the bathhouse real quick, because I'm definitely hurting. Alrighty. Warp Squid Hut. So this is the Warp Squid Mama. She can't tell what her own children look like. So you can just give her any old Warp Squids you find. And when you give her 4, she teaches you the dance to warp back to this location. Where's that item shop? Wait a minute. Kind of want more exit candy, but I guess not. I guess I'll buy boots. So now I got a new attack. Alright, now I need to head back towards the first town, because our next destination is actually to the left of it. And I think the fastest way to get there is going to be to kill myself. I believe the last place I saved was in the woods. I want to get this game over screen with Risky Boots. Looking all smug with a wrong color belt. So here we are. We still have everything that we had as you can tell by my using the item that I just got last. Really, the only thing it does is warp you back to the last place you saved at. So it's an effective death warp. So with the monkey form being able to jump higher than Shantae, I can actually get this heart container over here now. Or, excuse me, they're called heart holders. And I can get this firefly, which pretty sure is not going to do me any good. Just use a vanish cream to get through here safely. I was cutting it a little close. Here we are back at Scuttletown. Whoops, I don't need to talk to her. What am I doing? Alright. Now, I actually don't need to do anything here, but I am going to save, just to set this as my warp point. I no longer have to make the trip back and forth between Scuttletown and Watertown, because I can just warp to Watertown whenever I want. So now we're going to go into these wastelands, which are kind of dangerous, because there's these Naga ladies. Now, enemies at night have a lot more health, but they also drop more gems. Wow. More health than I thought. Monkey form, I can get down here and go down this ladder. And here's something I shouldn't be able to do yet. I don't think. Oh wait, actually, yeah, what you're supposed to do is use a vanish cream to get through here, but you may notice that it's got a little bit of a delay on it. So you can kind of trick the store out. But Shantae in her genie form may not be fast enough to do it. It's probably possible, but it's a lot easier to do with monkey form. And you get another heart holder. But yeah, you're supposed to use a vanish cream and that thing won't see you and it'll open the door. Alright, I think we are back. I apologize about the connection issues. There's little I can do about it, unfortunately. So there's spikes that we're seeing now. Those are instant death. I guess Shantae is made of the same material as Mega Man. If you can get those Nagas in the air, you can stun lock them like that, which is pretty cool. Well, that was a death. I guess one thing I could do is use a vanishing cream and run around as the monkey. As long as I don't run into spikes. That was a waste of a vanish cream. I think this ladder may be the one I want to go down. And then we go up here. And We are in a desert, and this looks like an enemy straight out of Zelda 2. Cacti do hurt to run into, so we're gonna try to get through them while we're invisible. Everything here takes like 10 years to kill, especially since it's nighttime. So we are definitely wanting to skip past it all. Zelda 2, a game Gendarme is very fond and familiar with. Indeed. He tells me all the time how it's his favorite game of all time. There's a new mini game in this town. It's the Gecko Racing or whatever. I don't really bother with it. Gendarme loves Zelda 2 the way that Alan loves Mario Sunshine. That makes sense. Alright, so this is one of Shantae's other friends, Sky, and her hawk, Wrench. It will become apparent pretty soon why he's called Wrench. So the directions here are really vague. She says, just head for the desert and keep an eye out for Wrench. Well, we just came from the desert, right? There's two deserts. They're referred to as the male and female desert because the desert we were in has these scorpion monsters that are female, and then there's another desert where all the scorpion monsters are male. And our dungeon is in the male desert. And there's a warp squid hut there. I don't find this town particularly useful to have a warp squid to get to. I mean, you do have to come back here, but it's once, and it's at the end of the game when travel isn't all that difficult. Alright, where are the gates? There's the gates. Yeah, there's a bog here. This is like in-game territory. We're not ready for that. Definitely not ready for that. So we'll head back through the female desert. Back from whence we came. Back down the ladder. Because to get to the male desert, we gotta go back over this way. And where we went down this ladder before, just keep going left. here we are in the Mail Desert. With the male scorpion monsters. Makes a lot of sense, right? And here's the dungeon, along with Wrench. And Wrench will use his wrench-like beak to turn this gem, which for some reason opens the door. How can you not get it, Gendarme? I have explained it in exquisite detail. Exquisite? Is that the word I'm looking for? No. Excruciating detail. Down this way, there's actually a save statue. But, no real reason to actually use it. Because if you game over in a dungeon, you do start back in the dungeon. We got these rock monsters here. I'll definitely take free gems. Gems are delicious. You guys knew that half genies eat a diet consisting of gems, right? We got these stalagmites and stalactites that we can't get past. Kind of a clue as to what kind of ability we'll be getting here. Got these elevators in here. More stalagmites and stalactites. Can't do anything on this floor. There's a warp squid that they tease us with right there that we can't do anything about. Got a locked door and a locked door. They really do want us to go all the way down to the bottom. We can grab this warp squid though. Is that why Genie was in the Cave of Wonders? Just so we could have a snack every now and then? Probably. Alright, so we got these lights here. They turn Shantae red and blue. It's not a reference to the Switch, but it is a reference to a puzzle here. It actually polarizes Shantae. And we can't do anything in this room yet. There's an elephant statue there. What could that mean? But if we go through here, we find these enemies are attracted to us and attack. These enemies just get stunned. Actually, they're the ones that get attracted to us. The other ones are repelled and attack. But then we got this thing down here that we can't seem to interact with. But there is a trick to that. I'm not sure if it was in this room or another room. It must be in the next room up ahead. Okay, we got lava here. So we gotta watch our step. I'm sure you know what happens when you step in lava. That's right, you become Darth Vader. But now that we are red, this box will actually be attracted to us now. And it drops a key. That's kind of the formation of all the puzzles here. It's a really cool mechanic. I think I do need to be red as I go up. Yeah, you got all these guys. I think there's actually a shortcut in the roof somewhere. I'd really like to get up in there and just kill all those guys so I don't have to worry about them ever. That key was red. Shouldn't it have been repelled by Shantae's rage? I don't think the key was red. Looks like those guys can actually hurt me in the brief second before they get stunned. Alright, so that's all that little passageway does, is let you go up top and attack those guys. Because now we gotta be blue! Dabba-dee-dabba-da. We got this rock monster here that turns into a boulder and barfs other boulders at us. We can get him against this edge here and just whip him in the face. Is this the one with the Shining in the Darkness style towns? I don't know, but I'm going to assume yes. Because the towns are definitely different in this game than they are in any other. Alright, so here we've got polarized doors. The ones that are the same color will open, and the ones that are opposite will close. So we've got to switch our polarization as we head on down. Where you have a panorama and where your face is where you go, yes, yes, that is this game. I did not mean to drop that far down. I guess there's not anything over here that I'm missing. Something over here, though. So this is kind of a puzzle here. If you're walking along the ground, you're just going to end up being blue over here. But you want to be red. So you got to find this passage to skip over the blue. Alright. There is a way to do this puzzle. Bring this dude over here. And then we can bring him over here. And bring him out here. And whip him good. I guess that key was a little bit red. Shantae, are you ready to go? No, I'm not ready to go. Slams the door. I don't know what that's a reference to, Punkle. I'm guessing SpongeBob since you said Squidward. This makes me want to play Wario Land 3. I've heard Wario Land 3 has a similar mechanic to this, doesn't it? Anyway, this is the genie room. This is gonna open up the whole labyrinth here. She will teach us a new dance. And now we can turn into an elephant. Which is capable of destroying these. But it can't jump very high. It's got this cool dash attack. It's very powerful if you actually use it to attack, though. And we will be using it to attack stuff. But I can't jump up that ledge, so... Alright. Are you finished with those errands? What errands? Was I doing errands? I don't recall doing errands. Okay, apparently I've got to be blue coming up here. So I got to do the same trick as before. Two and three have mechanics based on status effects that happen to Wario. Okay. You kids and your SpongeBob jokes. Get off my lawn. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be blue here. Whoops. Gotta be blue the whole way up, I guess. That was close. I almost jumped in the spikes. That wouldn't have been good. Do I have a key? Doesn't look like I've got a key. I do not have a key. But there are a couple places I can go now. I can go over here and bash into this elephant statue, but I don't think I'm actually ready to do that yet. I think what I want to do first is go up here and explore these side paths up here that I needed the elephant for. So remember how I talked about the elephant's attack? Yeah, kills those guys in one hit. Good stuff. Alright, we got a magnet guy here. I think he can actually change your polarization. Which I'm going to preemptively get this key to avoid having him kind of screw me over with that. He can also pull you towards him. So that's one key down. How many squids have I got in here? Only one. Wow. It feels like I'm not exploring very well. Okay. I don't want to be red coming in here, because that's going to be painful. So let's be blue. So those guys won't be able to do anything to me. And I can go around here and just kill them so I never have to worry about them. And we have a warp squid. We're actually going to get all the rest of the warp squids that we can get right now in here pretty quickly. And we get another key. Hey, that key was blue. I think you're supposed to get an errand here, but you can actually stand right here on this edge. Did I say an errand? You guys are saying errand so much, now you got me saying it. I think you're supposed to get an elevator here is what I meant to say. And, yeah, you can bash through it like that. And get over here to get this warp squid that they teased us with way earlier. Who needs escalators when you have errands? That's right! The power of errands. I don't think we can get in there yet. Not quite able to jump up. Am I finished with those errands? Looks like I'm getting disconnected again. Is it recovering? God, I wish I knew what was going on here. Oh, good. I'm the correct color for this spot. Actually randomize a to-do list every day. What? No, I'm not finished with those errands, and I never will be finished with those errands. Kind of a waste of a key, but it doesn't really matter at this point. I don't think my polarization matters anymore either. I think we're done with those puzzles. But I might be wrong. Anyway, bash into this elephant statue and we create platforms we can step across. Which you don't want to do as the monkey. Just gonna warn you now. Don't monkey this up. Don't want to monkey it up. I think there's a way to actually get up there when you're not supposed to be able to. But I can't do it here. Another squid somewhere that I think I missed. Because I'm pretty sure this is the boss room. And I don't have a key. Okay. Well, that makes it interesting. What about the elephant? Can the elephant go on the platforms? What platforms are we talking about? Oh, no, the elephant cannot jump far enough to clear those platforms. See? I told you, don't monkey it up. That's what happens when you monkey around. You jump in a pool of lava. think there may have been something way up top that I was supposed to go back for. Probably could have skipped this and gone straight to the boss if I, Is there anything over to the left here? No, I guess not. If I hadn't opened that door and just went up and around... Did I ever open the other door here? Yeah, okay. Alright, no more monkey business. That's right, Gendarme. No more monkey business. We gotta get down to business to defeat the Huns. It's a jungle out there. Luckily, with those two heart containers, I can withstand a hit. Yep, this is where I needed to go. I mean, I have to run a theme park business in about 20 minutes. Will it need to defeat the Huns? It might. Okay, I need this dude to change my polarization now. Because I came in the wrong color. Hey dude, hook me up. Hook me up. It looks like he only changed his polarization. I was pretty sure he could change mine as well. I guess I'll just kill him and change it myself. Alright. Gotta go be blue. It ain't easy being blue. Danger and confusion everywhere. Maybe we can only change it to the wrong color. Now that's possible, Gendarme. Then again, I could just be misremembering the enemy entirely. Because I think the last time I played through this game was in 2015? No, 2016. It's been a while. Yo, listen up. Here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world. All night and all day, and everything he does is blue. Like him, inside and out. Now we're ready for the boss. So this boss is actually hilariously easy. So once again, Risky Boots beat us here, and she's gonna get knocked away by the boss. once more. She just doesn't have any luck, does she? So this guy's kind of like Sigma in Mega Man X. You can jump on his hands. But whoops. Well, if I could transform, it would be great. Definitely want to be an elephant for this fight. Get on his hand and just smash his face. That makes the gem appear on his head, and then you just spam the dash button, and he dies. And we claim, what was that called? The Magma Stone, I think. Someone named Ruddy Tops said they know where the next stone is, but we have to find the zombie caravan. And to find the zombie caravan, we are going to do our warp back to Watertown. So down, up, right, left, BA. And we're going to hang on to our 4 warp squids, because if you haven't figured it out, the zombie caravan is the town I was talking about that moves around after the first time you go there. It's guaranteed to be in the same spot every time, the very first time you go there. After that, it just randomly shows up at night in between screens, and it's super obnoxious to track down if you don't have the warp dance. Let's see, do I have any money for items? I don't think I do. Nah, I've only got 100. That ain't gonna get me nothing. Alright, so now we just need... Wait, that was Bolo's gazebo. That's not where I wanted to go. I want to leave the town. There's the gates. Alright. Now we want to go to the right of Watertown and just keep going right. And, I'm going to start using my Vanish Creams here because these enemies are pretty mean. I think I wasted a Vanish Cream there. I usually like to have more Vanish Creams than I actually came here with. Oop. Don't try to do precision platforming with the monkey. It's never a good idea. Firefly up here. Man, that guy was really getting up in my grill. I'm not a fan of this screen. It's kind of dangerous. I much prefer this next screen up here, especially at night. On this screen, this is the snail screen. At nighttime, the snails are all retreated into their shells. So all you gotta worry about is these praying mantises, which are just as annoying as the praying mantis robot in Sonic 2. Like, they basically have the exact same attack pattern. Anyway, there's the snail. They're all bitey snails. But luckily with Vanish Cream, I could just run right past them. They're not particularly hard to kill. They just take 10 years to kill. Much like everything in this game, it seems. I believe up here is a ladder. I may not be able to do anything with this ladder yet, but when you see blocks like this, you can actually ram them with the elephant to break them. And there's usually hidden secrets under them. This may actually be one of the shortcut holes, which isn't going to be particularly useful because the other side is blocked up. But hey, at least now we've got this side uncovered. Not particularly useful when just trying to beat the game, but when you're going for that hundo, it does help to have little shortcuts opened up like this. Alright, and here we are in the zombie bog. The only enemy that spawns here is, of course, a zombie. But if we keep... I was going to say if we keep moving, it shouldn't be an issue. But I tried to juke that zombie and juked myself right off the edge. So maybe I should just use a Vanish Cream here. I believe there is another save statue here, which I am probably going to utilize if I get to it. There's our next dungeon right there. I definitely need more Vanish Creams than this. There's our save statue. I'm gonna go ahead and just make a safety save here. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and game over. Now that we're saved there, this is where I will restart when I game over. And life is just swell now. Oh good, it's nighttime. So if I can get through this screen before it becomes daytime, then I should find myself in the zombie caravan. I think this is the other side of that shortcut that I found right here. We'll check it out. Yep, looks like it. So we can't get up here, so we're gonna have to jump up in the trees with all the scary, spoopy ghosts. But you know what? I can make myself incorporeal too. Oh, there's another firefly up there. I usually miss that particular one for some reason. It doesn't look like it, but I believe you bash into this right here with the elephant to get through. And since we already know that, we can execute that over here as well. And this should be the zombie caravan. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is... Well, yeah, I do want to go to the bathing wagon. Heal up them hearts. There's a save cart there. Town shop. Ah, yes. This guy has the mints. You need 1 mint to get one of the items in the game. I think it's a heart holder. Greedy jars. What do they do? I think they just make enemies drop more gems. Yeah. And then we got an upgrade to the pike ball here called the fireball. Is it an upgrade or maybe it's a different weapon? I'm not sure. It might be a different weapon. I don't use many of these items besides the exit candy and the mints and the vials. And then I use the ones that I have to. I think I do actually need to use a fireball at some point, so I'll buy one. And you know what? I like to have exit candy, so let's buy another one. The Warp Squid Wagon. This is where we want to make sure we deposit our squids from the second dungeon. Yeah, sure, it looks just like you. Never mind the fact that it's pink and you're blue. Wait, you can just deposit them anywhere? Yep, you sure can. It's kind of implied by the dialogue of the mama squid. She's like, that is my baby. It's so hard to tell. But yeah, this is the most useful warp song to have, or warp dance to have, because this town, after you do this segment right here, it just, they up and move. And they only appear between screens at night, and it's just randomly anywhere. I like how the old man's a zombie here. It's an interesting touch. It's the only place where the old man looks like this. So I'll go ahead and save it. I got 4 minutes. I'll try this minigame. This minigame is pretty notoriously hard. So this is Roddy Tops. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll tell you how to get into Cackle Mound if you beat me in a race. And if you lose, I get to eat your brains. Sure. We'll race. The only thing at stake is our brains. Okay, I gotta remember the controls. I think it's just hold right, and then A to jump, down to slide. Yeah, this is very much jump, jump, slide, slide the minigame. Except you gotta kind of know what's coming. If Roddy Tops is on the screen, then you can kind of take a cue from her. I don't have any brains. I can't lose. Well, I do have the dunce cap and Chase's stream, so I guess that means all I have is a tiny brain. Roddy Tops is definitely going to win, but we can still use the rest of this race as a learning experience. It does not change the layout every time you do it, so you can memorize it. And indeed, that's probably how you're going to end up winning. But for some reason, she doesn't really want to eat your brain. She just wants to race again. I should have cleared that. So it takes a little bit to build up speed, but at top speed you are slightly faster than Roddy Tops. Only slightly though. There's no rubber banding in this race, you just gotta be good. You can recover from a hit or two, but you pretty much gotta play perfectly after that. And of course you can also get far enough ahead that it doesn't really matter. I have lost again. It is 10:59. Gendarme is scheduled to go on at 11. So I guess I'll give this race one more try before handing things off to him. So it's jump, slide, jump, jump. I've already messed up. Yeah, I think I lost this one. Jump, slide, jump, jump, slide. Jump again. Yep. Slide. Slide, I think. And then jump. Nope. 3 slides in a row. And then jump. And then another slide. Another jump. Another slide. I think she does tend to slow down a little bit if she gets really far ahead of you, but it's not likely you're going to be able to catch up to her. Anyway, it is 11:01 now. That means it's the end of my shift. I will probably try to squeeze another shift of this in next week sometime so I can finish up. It's a really good game. I recommend it. It is on the 3DS Virtual Console, and it's pretty cheap there, or you can try and track down a physical cartridge, which will cost you a pretty penny. I paid $60 for mine, and I think they go for well over $100 now. So, anyway, that is it for me. Gendarme, if you are ready, I will go ahead and drop the stream for you. The TRG version of Seven Sirens is up for pre-order on 5/15. What is TRG? I know Seven Sirens is the name for Shantae 5. I don't know what TRG is. LRG, Limited Run Games. Okay. Cool. Cool. You ready? Alright, that's it for me, guys. I think I'm supposed to come back on tomorrow with Dragon Quest Builders pretty much all day. So I will see you guys at, I believe, 8 o'clock in the morning, TSG time, tomorrow. Peace!